Hello, me again, another review. This time, as you probably guessed, it's album number 4 from the Beatles. Beatles For Sale. Now, up until this point, I've been pretty positive with my reviews of the other 3 albums before this. That's about to change because this album I'm not a big fan of. The cover is alright, to be honest. I quite like the cover, it's quite an iconic one of them again. I know I've said all of them are iconic, but this one is pretty iconic. It's quite a heavily used picture of the Beatles, this. And then we've got the back here. These photos were taken in Hyde Park. So that's the first album we've got, which actually opens. If I got the picture there from the Washington Coliseum concert, first one in America, and then it's got this one here. But really, there's absolutely no reason for it to open up. I don't know why it does. Anyway, this one came out at Christmas of '64, December 6th, I think it was, or 7th, sometime around then. Went to number 1 and everything, but yeah, it's not as good as A Hard Day's Night, to be honest. It is a step back from A Hard Day's Night because Hard Day's Night had completely original compositions, all 13 songs in it with Lennon and McCartney. This song is not like that. Not this song, this album has got predominantly Lennon and McCartney songs, but it's also got a few covers again. So track listings on the inside here, so I'm going to have to sort of hold it like this, which is a bit awkward. I'll hold it like that. That working? Yeah. Right, so, opening track. It starts off quite strong though, the album. We've got No Reply, which John sings. I think this song was from the Hard Day's Night sessions, but got left off that album in favour of I'll Be Back. This is a strong opening track. The first few songs in this album are pretty strong, actually. Lennon McCartney, predominantly John though, who wrote it. Yeah, good song, really like it. One of my favourites on this album. Then we're going to I'm a Loser, which is mainly John that sings this. Lennon McCartney again. This one, I like the harmonica on it again. I think this is one of the last songs really that has a harmonica on it, possibly, that they did. But yeah, quite like it. Then we've got Babies in Black, which is again a Lennon McCartney song. John and Paul both sing lead on this one. Sing co-lead. As Paul occasionally said when he was introducing it live on tour, he called it Babies in Blackpool. Yeah, it's a waltz, this one, so it's not really rock and roll like they were, but I quite like it actually. Then we've got the first cover of the album, Chuck Berry, Rock and Roll Music. John sings this one, and it was played live on most tours after this. I quite like this cover actually. Yeah, one of the better covers on this album, because most of them aren't very good. Then we've got I'll Follow the Sun, which is a Lennon McCartney song which Paul sings. This one is one of Paul's best songs, I think, actually. It's definitely Paul's best song on this album, probably, that he sings lead on. It's an original composition. But I'll Follow the Sun, yeah, pretty good song. Then we've got Mr. Moonlight, which is a cover which John sings. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Terrible song, this terrible, terrible cover. Terrible vocal performance, to be honest. I really don't like this song. It's one of the worst Beatles songs out there, I think. And this is when the album starts to fall flat at that song. But then it picks up again with the closing track of side 1, which is a medley of 2 songs, Kansas City and Hey Hey Hey. Paul sings lead on this. Great cover. Again, the covers on this half of the album are pretty strong. It's on the next half where it falls apart. So yeah, I like this cover, and again, I think this would have been a better closing song for side 2 to close the album. I think it'd have been quite good with the bye bye and all that stuff that they sing. Anyway, after that we have side 2, 8 Days a Week. About the only strong, in fact it probably is the only strong song on side 2. Lennon McCartney, this one. John sings it. In fact, no, John and Paul sing co-lead on this. It's just John's vocals. You can hear clearer. Paul's more in the more sort of background, or deeper in the track. This one, this song is a pretty good song. Yeah, title song of the recent film as well. But yeah, I do like 8 Days a Week. To be fair, it's one of the first Beatles songs I heard. It did actually used to be my favourite Beatles song. 8 Days a Week. It's actually possibly still quite high up there. It's not the top anymore, but it is still quite high up there. Anyway, after that we have Words of Love, which John and Paul both sing lead on. It's a Buddy Holly cover. And of all the Buddy Holly songs they could have picked, they picked this. It's an awful cover, it really is. Terrible, it's just terrible. Then we've got Honey Don't, which is a Carl Perkins song which Ringo sings. Again, it's not the best Ringo song in the world. I think this is the third song we ever got that Ringo sang lead on, that was on an album. The worst one we got. Yeah, nothing special about this song, it's a filler really. Then we have Every Little Thing, which is a Lennon McCartney song which John and Paul both sing. Again, it's a filler, it's nothing special. Then we've got I Don't Want to Spoil the Party, which is a Lennon McCartney song which John and Paul sing. Again, it's filler, nothing special, not very exciting. Then we've got What You Doing, Lennon McCartney song which Paul sings. This song I quite like. I actually quite like this version of this, which is on the Love album, where it's remixed with Drive My Car and The Word. I quite like it in that. On its own though, it's not. It just. I don't know. This song, it feels like it's got potential, but it's got something missing, and that's my biggest problem with a lot of this album. Actually, it feels like it's got something missing on a lot of the songs. And then we have the closing track of the album, Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby, Carl Perkins cover that George sings. Not anything special really. It's out of the 4 albums we've had up to this point, this is the worst closing track. In fact, it probably is one of the worst closing tracks on any Beatle album, to be honest. Yeah, nothing special. So overall, this is a pretty disappointing album. I'll show you the actual record. It'll just, if it can come out, there we go. It'll just be the same as all the other ones up to this point. Parlophone label. Yeah. So, if I had to rate this album, I'd probably go 5 out of 10 probably, because although there are some really strong songs on this album, like No Reply, 8 Days a Week, I'll Follow the Sun. And there are some there are some pretty good covers as well. Rock and Roll Music and what was the other one again? Kansas City, Hey Hey Hey. It's just the second side of the album. Other than 8 Days a Week, there's absolutely nothing that's much good on it, to be honest. So yeah, disappointing album, but the next album, things picked up again.